Real estate in San Diego is a roller coaster ride, and for the past 18 months, we really have been going up and down just all over the place.
Yeah, we have, but with those rising home values comes higher prices, higher rates, and many buyers, and especially first-time buyers, being priced just out of the market. This morning, we're joined by local housing expert and radio host Mike Litton. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, guys.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Let's get this started. What's the outlook for the next year? Will there be more inventory out there for buyers, do you think?
Well, inventory is increasing, and part of the reason why inventory is increasing is actually not a very positive thing. Inventory is increasing partly because of a lot of cancellations. There are a lot of short sales that were committed to a few months ago, and those people were qualified at 3 1/4. Now interest rates are 4.5, 4.6, and so 4.75 right in the neighborhood, and so they don't qualify anymore. And so a lot of lenders are scrambling to try to keep them in, and a lot of buyers are scrambling because they don't qualify anymore.
And you just mentioned the interest rates. Do you think that's for some of these home buyers, that's what's scaring some people?
Well, it's scaring people in. So we're seeing a real uptick in intensity from buyers, because there are buyers out there that are what we call fence sitters. They were kind of sitting and waiting for interest rates to go to 3%.
And whatever Ben Bernanke says,
Well, when Ben Bernanke speaks, everybody reacts.
Exactly.
I mean, the whole world does, because he's seriously the most powerful money man in the world. What's interesting, though, is they can't figure out whether they're washing or hanging out the Fed account. I mean, they are just all over the place. And not too long ago, they started talking about this thing called tapering. And a lot of people have been hearing about it. What it basically is it's Fed speak for interest rates are going up, which means people are not going to be able to afford homes, as many people, right? So every time interest rates go up by 1/4%, there are tens of thousands of San Diegans that don't qualify anymore. Wow. So there's a huge buyer pool that goes away. And so what we're seeing is more inventory come on. We're seeing sellers test the market, and those properties are just sitting there because buyers are more sophisticated than they've ever been. They have more information today than they've ever had before. They can get on our MLS, they can run their own comps, they can run their own CMAs, the whole thing. And so I'm literally being contacted by people every week that are thinking about buying a home, but they want to know what I think the property's worth, right, before they actually put an offer in. And so a lot of times what will happen is if they're $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 above market as a seller, the property's just going to sit there.
Yeah, that's intimidating, especially for first-time home buyers. So what advice do you have to first-time home buyers, and anything that you can give them?
Well, first-time home buyers are pinching every penny, right? More so now than before, because now payments are going up. Right? Their payments that they were going to have before are going up. So now they're trying to figure out how to qualify. And what's happening is prices are going up, rates are going up, payments are going up, but incomes are staying steady. Right? So you don't have any give there. They're basically trying everything they can think of. First-time homebuyers need to get together with a lender that really knows their stuff, that really understands first-time homebuyer programs, and because there are some low-down programs and different things that they can do. With an FHA mortgage or a VA mortgage, you can literally buy, with an FHA mortgage, you can buy with zero out of your pocket. It's 3.5% down, but it can be zero out of your pocket. It can all be a gift. It can all be, right, for the closing costs, everything. So the down, the closing costs, everything can be a gift. There are 270,000 eligible VA buyers out there right now, the VA eligible letters, right? And so VA is another way to go. It's zero down. It's an amazing, amazing program, and it's an incredible benefit for veterans. So there are a lot of veterans in San Diego County, right? And they can utilize that program.
Okay, so bottom line, is it a buyer's market or seller's market?
It's actually equaling out. It's getting to where it's actually more of a buyer's market than a seller's market in some areas. Some areas are really, really hot, and so they haven't cooled down.
What are the hot areas then?
Well, some of the hotter areas are like Carlsbad, some of the coastal areas, Del Mar, Carmel Valley, that type of thing. Solana Beach, those types of areas, Cardiff. When you go inland, Scripps is pretty hot, but when you go inland, as you go higher in price, there's less financing available, what we call non-conforming or jumbo financing. There's less of that available, and so those properties are not moving as fast.
All right, some good insight, Mike. Now, how can our viewers get a hold of you?
Actually, they can go to my website. It's sold760.com. It's SOLD760.com, or they can call me if they'd like.
All right, Mike. It gets so confusing, so I'm glad you can sit here and put it into layman's terms for all of us.
Thanks for
because you can really get watered down with a lot of this stuff.
I agree.
Thanks so much, Mike. We appreciate your insight.
It's my pleasure. Great to see you.